topics with your boy.
So you have young NFA talking about his brother. Apparently his brother suffered a DP or some sort of flu flammy within the Los Angeles County Jail. Not quite sure about it, but let's see about it.
Again, Hefe, and I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of Hot Topics, man, is this internet slander, man. So NBA 2 is on the menu, man. My little bro. So I had got a message, man, the other day to call in. You know what I'm saying? And it was pertaining to my brother NBA 2, which happens to be in jail, incarcerated at the time, right? So I call in, and some people of mine's like, hey,
Now I can imagine young NFA wanting to protect and defend his brother again, like I've been saying, while incarcerated. That's logical.
yo, brother still amongst you? I'm like, yeah, like, why was happening? They like, oh, well, I got a call saying, that something happened to him, or he got rolled up, or whatever the case may be. So I guess what people were trying to say is that he hit a neighborhood dorm and he was rolled up. But before he was rolled up from this neighborhood dorm, that the neighborhoods had made him DP somebody, supposedly made him DP somebody.
Sounds like the stories about this man are greatly exaggerated.
Insane before he was sent on his way. Now, how bizarre is that? People know they be sounding crazy on this internet, but they still choose to stick with the goofiness. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's slandering the person that they say they enemy, just like even with this Fade situation and with me, like these dudes got audio, or this happened, you tapped out, or you was in the fetal position. Like, this stuff is just funny to me, but you can't do nothing but sit back and laugh. Like I said, until I hear, you know what I'm saying, the person speak on it, you know what I'm saying, there ain't even really nothing to be spoke about, you know what I'm saying, like, we know.
So I guess this is again young and Hefe. Long story short, doesn't seem like he's too bothered, or doesn't seem like he's too, for lack of better words, worried about the situation that's at hand. Sound like he's pretty understanding about the situation. Sound like he's pretty clear about the situation. Sound like he has it under control. But the reality still remains. He is in the Los Angeles County Jail, where these conversations are going to be continued to monitored, and determining who hears it, inmates will adjust accordingly.
What happened, we know the truth, you know what I'm saying? The people who seen it with their own eyes know the truth. I can never get caught up in what these bozos on the internet, are going for and are talking about, saying that somebody told them something or they heard this, you know what I'm saying? That's what we not doing. But, however, you know what I'm saying, pertaining to this situation with NBA, all this is false. I don't know if this was something that was making its rounds on YouTube or if this was something that was on Instagram, but it's false, 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 false. But just to get into the situation, being that it was placed out there, the situation is this. Ain't no roll-ups happening. He ain't even hit no neighborhood dorm. He's only been in one dorm at Wayside. As we all know, LA County Jail don't have no dorms unless you're going to the 5,000 floor, which the 5,000 floor is preoccupied by crazy people, by people that's in yellows and blues. So, however, when he
Almighty suspect
was out there in Wayside, and what dorm was that? I think 723 or something.
This call is being recorded.
The dorm is a mixture of everybody. And one thing about it, the majority are the Mendes. The Mexicans got the dorm. You know what I'm saying? The whole top tier of the dorm is filled with Southsiders, and are those that run with them Paisas, the Camaradas, and majority of the bottom tier. You know what I'm saying? It's the blacks only be having like a quarter in these dorms. It'd be about, man, anywhere probably from like 200, you know what I'm saying, or like 150 Mexicans, you know what I'm saying, to like 15 blacks, 12 blacks, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, sounds about right. That sounds like the way the jail typically is. It doesn't sound like anything outside of the normality of the typical Los Angeles County jail structure.
Now, however, bro was in his 723 dorm. Again, it wasn't no neighborhood dorm. Some guy named A-Dog, you know what I'm saying, from 60s, and another guy named Faster DPS, supposed to be the guys, you know what I'm saying, who was in this dorm the longest or whatever. So, however, bro had a few fades in that dorm, you know what I'm saying. From my understanding, he had a fade with a dude named Baldy from Brims, you know what I'm saying, over them shooting dice. He had a fade with a white boy, you know what I'm saying, that was from Brick Boys out in Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? And he had a fade with the guy from Insane. Now, when he told me about the fade from the guy from Insane, I couldn't understand. But
that's an interesting situation considering the fact that they typically are allied forces.
I've been seeing being in here, you know, the Insanes, either they're going to be like on Hub and Dub time or like, you know, some Long Beach time. You know, you might occasionally find one that's on some trade time and, you know,
Basically, when it's all said and done, the Insanes aren't necessarily politicking the way that they politic in the streets by way of trying to talk bad or relentless about the rolling and or neighborhood Crips. And it doesn't seem like Young and Hefe's brother is too cool with that, and he's seeing people trying to slide through the cracks, and he ain't going for it.
like neighborhoods and stuff like that. But none of the guys I have ran into this go round, I've been saying I couldn't understand.
Running back so Young and Hefe can say it.
And but as I've been seeing being in here, you know, the Insanes, either they're going to be like on Hub and Dub time or like, you know, some Long Beach time. You know, you might occasionally find one that's on some trade time and, you know, fighting neighborhoods and stuff like that. But none of the guys I have ran into this go round on this trip, you know what I'm saying? It's like they all like, you know, Hub and Dub or whatever the case may be. Hub, Dub, and the Tub. Now, to get to this fake slander, what have happened with him in that dorm, and the reason why he's no longer in that dorm is because of these guys around here that's on that zombie. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So a lot of these guys around here on that zombie and playing zombie.
Playing that K2, man. Not trying to participate with the activities.
So from my understanding, dude from Brick Boys was catting out having an episode and had too many episodes. He slept on top of she slept on top of little bro bunk, you know what I'm saying, at the top. So after all these episodes, you know, little bro became frustrated with this guy, you know, and just happened to get off on him.
Frustrated is the word. Don't worry about it.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was tired of talking to him, you know, put him down. From there, dude from Insane was mad, felt some type of way because his tub partner got fired on. So him and my brother started having words. From there, you know, my little brother called him and saying the B word and told him, you know what I'm saying, come on, get up in here. However, the rest of the dorm, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the blacks, as small as the county is already, from my understanding, the other people was chiming in like, oh, you let him call you a B, oh, you let him do this now, you got to catch that.
Yeah, that's going to always make it worse when people start chiming in and adding their 2 cents to the situation for sure.
Hey, bro, whoop, whatever the case may be. Dude from Insane get up under there. Him and my brother, you know, they have their little fade or whatever. That's that. So a few days later, the same dude, he fights me Insane, catch it out. My little brother grab him by his feet, pulls him off his bed, pulls him out of his bed.
Yeah, I don't think that these stories should be told again on the internet, considering the fact that these are open assault cases. People being yanked off beds, people being on drugs, people being on all kind of this stuff within the Los Angeles County jail system is definitely not something that we should be talking about online. But, you know, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Yeah. And, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the dorm agreed that this dude needs to be DP. You know what I'm saying? Because they looking bad amongst the Mexicans. He's catting out from there.
Now, that does look crazy amongst the other races when you have somebody participating in these activities and acting like that. It does make you look, you know, extremely weak amongst the community that you're in as far as the jail is concerned.
Here, the dorm, you know what I'm saying, that came together, the guys in the dorm that came together, and was like, they're going to give him a 4-man DP. And on this 4-man DP, you know what I'm saying, happened to be NBA 2, happened to be a guy named Baby Cap from 5 Trey Avalon, and 2 other unidentified dudes that, you know, I don't remember their names and or where they from. They DP this dude from Insane, you know what I'm saying, for his antics and him catting out in this dorm. While they're DPing him, they get caught. The first time, they kind of get away with it, you know what I'm saying?
So they would get caught by way of the police or the sheriff, whoever's in the jail, has caught wind of this, and now y'all gonna be on camera. In addition, you may even receive additional charges to whatever you got going on, because obviously you can't just be accosting people in jail.
Bro, they squabbing, you know what I'm saying? The police, hey, bro, grab him. Like, oh no, we just playing, we horse playing. Police let it go. The second time, with all these people that's in it, it didn't get let go. The police like, hold on, this can't be too much. It's too much horse playing, if anything. So they rewind the cameras back, and they come and get everybody. Now, what I don't agree with and what I told bro was he should have never had let those dudes in the dorm tell him that he was gonna be one of the ones to DP him. I don't care who they was because the thing is, bro had already been in that dorm handling his business, and already had a fight with the dude from Insane because he got on.
Well, wouldn't he be the one at DP him if he already had the conflict with him? I don't know. How does that work? How do the rules of the DP work? How do the rules of the gang world work, where you have to accost one of your own members, or the jail world work, where you have to accost one of your own members of your own race? Like, how does this work? Because it seems like the person who you have a beef with should be on the list of people to accost you, seeming like they already have a pre-existing issue. But I guess I can see how that could be wrong as well.
Dude from Brick Boys. And then also, had to get on him because of the cat and mouse situation, throwing up on Lil Bro bed and in his bed area. Now, that's all I was telling him. Like, you should have never let these dudes tell you that it was going to be you and 3 other dudes to DP this dude, because now look at you. But, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Can't cry with spilled milk, but, for...
No, that's real talk. Now look at you in a stupid situation over nothing.
Future reference, bro, you all gas, no brakes. Don't allow these dudes to make no decisions for you, because those other dudes, they wasn't fighting, and they should have been the ones, who had DP'd them, or the dudes, you know what I'm saying, who hadn't been fighting, you know what I'm saying? They got to get their hands dirty in our feet. But, you have been in there squabbling, had multiple squabbles in that dorm, and it shouldn't even been you. When them dudes told you that you're going to be a part of DP, you should have told them, nah, like, bro, I already squabbled him twice. You know what I'm saying? Got on him for being on the spice, you know what I'm saying? And, I done asked for none of you dudes' help, you know what I'm saying? So how can you dudes dictate my program in our...
No, that's real. That's real. Maintain your independence. Maintain your own will and your own freedom of speech and choice and decision.
Tell me, like, as if y'all some big homies that, you gonna...
This call is being recorded.
Don't let dudes, you know what I'm saying, dictate your program, definitely in this jailhouse, because a lot of people act like more than what they is. A lot of people ain't even been through that ringer themselves, but want to try to play narrator. So that's just some game I have to give little bro. But we need to kill the fake narratives talking about he was in the neighborhood dorm and he got rolled about the neighborhood dorm, and before he got rolled up, they made him DP a dude from Insane. Him and the dude Cap, they both, you know what I'm saying, was caught for the DP. They both was placed in the hole, and they both was sent over here to LA County Jail, to Man Central. So get y'all facts straight and stories straight, because he couldn't have been rolled about a neighborhood dorm that it was only on that 3 neighborhoods was in, and the rest was Bloods and other people, 3 gangsters, 3 Bloods, 3 neighborhoods from my understanding. Those 2 Long Beach guys, that's about what, like about the 12 people, you know what I'm saying? And probably about 2 other people, you know what I'm saying, don't know where they from, you know what I'm saying? Like I said,
no, but that's how I go in these dorms, man. You'll have so many numbers, and then you'll end up in a space where you have no numbers, just going a whole bunch of back and forth. It's a lot to do about absolutely nothing. So when you're in these stupid situations, man, you got to really just question where you are and what you're doing, and then you got to really realize what's the best move for you.
There's been other guys that was a part of the discipline. But, this is the little game and narratives that they play on social media, you know what I'm saying? I guess it keep their culo wet or whatever the case may be. But, it's funny to me. But I'm going to conclude this there as far as that situation, you know what I'm saying? It's a no-go. He haven't even...
All right, man. So that's Young and Hefe speaking on the situation going on between him and his brother in the Los Angeles County Jail. With that all being said, we up out here to the next one. Red dots to the left, you know the rest. We are gone.